Hi everyone, my name is Xiang. I'm a current local undergraduate in NTU, studying in the School of Material Science and Engineering. Currently, I am also involved in Eureka, an undergraduate research program initiated by NTU. So before I share more about my project, I'd like to share more about myself. So as we all know, in Singapore, we are actually really competitive. So at a young age of 14 to 16, when we are still in secondary school, our school would actually invite speakers from universities and polytechnics to talk about what lies ahead in future and what we are able to study and experience in future. So personally, for myself, my secondary school actually worked closely with NUS, and there will be activities such as the one show on the screen, Physics Enrichment Camp, that will be introduced to us. So during these programs, we will actually take parts in lab tours and maybe just short lectures by the respective departments to know more about how a university life actually works and the degree of knowledge that we can actually get when we study in a university. So in such an environment, we are actually forced to think about what do we want to do in the future. So when I was younger, I know that I love to create and make new things. So in my head, I was thinking, hey, why not let me take up architecture, which maybe one day I'll be able to design and build my own building which I can live in. However, as I grew older, I found something called material science and engineering. So even before I was enrolled or secured a spot in NTU MSc actually invited me over to the tea session, which I was given a lot of information about what I get to learn and how NTU is able to provide us with the resources for us to have a conducive learning environment. So for material science and engineering, it actually fits in really well with what I like to do, which is to create, produce, and improve things. So as you can see on the screen here on the left, they actually briefed us about what we get to learn over the years and what kind of projects and things we are able to do if we were to enroll in NTU MSE. And on the right here is actually my friend Mei who attended last year's talk. So this session actually helped to solidify my decision to actually enroll into NTU. And 1 year into NTU, although my grades are not that fantastic, I was still given an opportunity to undergo something called Eureka, which is an undergraduate research program. So as I was looking through the list and discussing with my friends like what Eureka can provide for us and what are the projects available, I found Prof. Chu. So for Prof. Chu himself, his project is titled Replacing Plastic. So we went on to contact him, and then eventually we hear from him about what is his motivation on this project and what he plans to do. So now let me introduce our project. So our project is actually titled Replacing Plastic. So in short, we are actually working on how we actually want to replace plastic with something called the pollen paper, which is Prof. Chu's invention. So there are actually 6 of us, and each of us is in charge of a small part of the project. So personally, for myself, I'm working on plastic carriers. So my main role is to research on plastic leakages from consumer plastic bags. So these bags includes those which we frequently use to tapao food, which is to take away food. And these plastic bags are actually used to store and carry the food which we are going to consume. Okay, so with a little background knowledge that actually plastic do leach. So if the importance of my project is that if we were to find plastic in the food which we use to if we were to find plastic in the carrier bag which we use, it will mean that we're actually consuming some form of plastic. So this would pose a detrimental health issues to our population, which therefore call for a need for us to replace or improve the current plastic we are actually using. So 2 months into doing this, I've actually found new friends and also experienced like the life of how a life of a researcher is actually like, which is something that Not every undergraduate get to experience before they do their final year project or before they move on to further studies. So without NTU, I wouldn't be able to achieve so much in just 1 year, and I will also be expecting to learn more in the next 2.5 years. So this is all I have to share about myself at NTU, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much.